Hey guys, welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. This is your favorite monk, Chandra. And we are going to do another tarot card reading today, you guys. This one is for Gisell. And just for the sake of privacy, we're not going to talk about, we're not going to do last names. And actually, I'm not even going to use the first name of the person in question here. But Gisell knows who it is, and so do I, so that's all that really matters. But the question is Gisell, she's with this guy. They had broken up, then they work things out, and then they recently separated for reasons that are kind of personal. And then she just wants to know if he misses her, and is he talking to anyone else? Just kind of get the inside scoop on things. So let's see what's going on. So, guys, up here in Michigan, it is kind of rainy today. The high was supposed to get to about 71 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's been overcast and gray. So it's a great day for having a nice hot beverage. And doing a nice tarot card reading. All right, so here we go, Gisell. Just going to go ahead and lay the cards out. And get some perspective on things. So in the past, we had the nightmare card. This is like bad dreams, Doesn't mean it's real. It just means that in our mind it's real. And it's just that, if it's in the mind, we notice the swords. Swords are mental, have to do with the mind. So that's the past. That's recent past. So it's kind of like sometimes when this card comes up, it's because we've kind of been reading too much into things that aren't really as severe or as what we think they might be. Like sometimes we have a tendency to think about the worst case scenario. That's kind of what that card indicates. So it doesn't mean that it's necessarily founded in reality. The present right now and stuff for what we've got is the 8 of Cups. We see a guy, we see a person, and they're retreating. They're moving, they're moving away from where they were. We also see the moon, sun and moon there. And the moon is sleeping, just kind of turning a blind eye. The 8 of Cups. Now, cups are all about relationships. 8s are about normally it's about abundance. It has to do with accumulation of material possessions or materiality, material nature in general. But with this, it's got a little irony to it with the 8 of Cups, because this is where the Cups is about the rejection of this material, the material things. So even though this is an 8 in numerology and talking about materiality, with this particular card with the Cups, this person's walking away from the relationships, disappointed in love. So that's really emulating exactly what the situation is going on here with Gisell. It's almost like your wish is fulfilled, but not exactly to the degree that you wish it was. So the key to this card and the key to the present moment for this particular thing, the lesson to learn right now is just really seizing the day and kind of leaving the past behind. In the near future, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Take a look at that. It's the proverbial hand there coming out of the cloud. Got the pentacle there, which is, some people call it the coins. Pentacles are coins. But again, this is about, material possessions, materiality, groundedness, being grounded, that type of thing. It's a little bit of that 8 energy, basically, but the 8 is normally associated very often with the coins and This is the Ace of Pentacles, so it's a new beginning. It's a new, it's like fresh energy. If you want to think of it kind of like fresh energy is a good way of putting it. Fresh energy and inspiration. You get inspiration for ideas. Again, pentacles, they symbolize the material world, which is earth. So it's like Capricorn energy, Virgo energy, Taurus energy, that kind of thing. It's get the earthy energy. It's a groundedness. Might mean that you have some, financial benefits, some gains or something like that. Maybe some new gains or something in that light. And that could lead to like a different type of job or new type of career or business, or maybe just an influx of money that just kind of came to you unexpectedly somehow, which kind of brings you a little bit of security, that kind of thing. Well, I could talk about the answer card, but I've been kind of shifting gears a little bit with these readings. And what I like to do instead of doing that is what I want to do is I want to skip the answer of the key card. And I want to go directly to the energy surrounding the current moment, which is that the walking away card. That was where we had the Eight of Cups. We talked about the Eight. And of course, when we have the moon in a hand, moon is very hypnotizing. It doesn't let us always necessarily see everything for what it is. You can only see so much in the darkness, but the moonlight is, maybe there's some things beneath the surface that we need to look at, that kind of thing. Well, the card that kind of goes with that is the King of Wands, and that's what this is. Kings are all about authority. Wands are about action. So you can kind of look at it in terms of that. Like kings, for example, they tend to write the rules. They enforce rules. They are basically the people that set foundations for us, kind of give us what the standard is. And this particular king in particular, he's a visionary, entrepreneurial kind of his spirit, gets people excited about really about the future, and people tend to want to go along with his plans because he's really good at turning things into a reality. And that's what's going on with this walking away in that. It's kind of like, sticking with the authority or sticking with what we know to be true, that kind of thing. As far as what we would like for the outcome to be, Gisell, this is sort of your attitude or kind of what, you would like to see. It's very fascinating. We have the High Priestess. And this is a very spiritual card, and it represents the subconscious mind in many ways, or the unconscious. She basically whispers to us, trust yourself, like go with your own intuition, that kind of thing. That's what the High Priestess is. She doesn't really say a lot, but she speaks volumes just in terms of, kind of that aura that you get from her. And you can see that right there. Look at that aura. She just emanates, she doesn't really say much. And we have the Two up there, of course, and Two is all about relationships. So Two is about like togetherness, that kind of thing. So trust your intuition as it comes to this, and what you're intuiting is what is actually the reality behind things. Now let's look at the outcome, and then we'll talk about the answer. The outcome for this is the Hierophant. This is an interesting card in this particular reading because the Hierophant is really about traditions. It's about kind of our core identity, our root. The Hierophant is a very spiritual card. It's kind of sometimes people call this the monk card. And the reason is, or like the Pope card, is because this is somebody that's in the hierarchical position of like religion, spirituality, culture, tradition, that kind of thing. So kind of think in terms of that. And this person may be saying, okay, we should live simple. We should think high. Just focus on love and spiritual pursuits and that type of thing. And there's more to life than just, getting a job, working that job, getting married, having kids, and, putting the kids through college and then dying. There's more to life than just that, progression. And it's those deeper meaning kind of things that is when we start to ask questions about, well, what's our purpose? Those kind of things. That's where this card is going to. And this is also a card of change. We have 5 as the Roman numeral on this. and fives are all about change in numerology. We have pillars, which are indicative of like strength and being strong. And we see that throughout this entire reading. If you look at it, we have, like, for example, the King of Wands is all about strength and authority. The High Priestess, we have the columns there too. If you look right there, that's indicative of strength, support. It's like you have that. This is very spiritual support. And also this is very spiritual support. You see those pillars also right there. Finally, we get to our answer. So how do we get this outcome? Like, how do we get kind of on this here path of tradition, path of things that are more important to us than just, what you see is what you get, that kind of thing? Like, what is it that we're really after? And how do we get it? Well, the answer is a Queen of Wands. So you can see the Queen of Wands there. You see a sunflower right here, and then you see the Queen sitting on a throne. And this is the Queen of Wands. So we see the wands. Wands are about creative energy, creative action in general. Queens are about influence. Okay, they influence outcomes. They push probabilities in one's favor. It's about charm, passion, these kind of things. Using these kind of qualities in order to interact with other people, in order to get what you want. And that is really what this is all about. So to get the outcome that you want, to find that identity again within yourself and within the relationship, really the key to it is this Queen of Wands. And that's, having this influence, being influential yourself. And I get a sense just intuitively, Gisell, that this is kind of something that, fits the bill for you, that you have this way about you. It's almost like a strength that you have. Maybe you don't even know that you have it, but it allows you to be very influential in certain types of situations and to be able to do that to the point where maybe you're so good at it that things may bore you, or things may, you may discount things because you know that in your mind there is something else that's there for you, that's out there for you. And it's almost like you can't really settle because you're feeling something more. That's what I'm picking up. I really do get the sense that because of the nature of this, that this person in question does miss you on some level. I am feeling that. And I believe that this person is thinking about you. And one of the reasons why I feel that is because just kind of I'm intuiting, or I'm picking up, I'm sensing a very strong energy around the relationship that you have with him. I don't think it's just a surface type relationship where, he does something a little sneaky or something like that, and then you just, of course, you punish him with that. You're the person of influence. You can make that. You can make the decision yourself for that. And then you send him on his way. You guys have been in a relationship before, and then you made up, and then you got back together, and now you're at a separation again. But there's a part of you that is conflicted. It's not just about this relationship per se, but there's something else a little bit deeper to it. That's at least what the cards are saying, and that's also what I'm sort of picking up here. What exactly is it within you that you're yearning for? What is that deeper thing that you're after? That's the thing that I'm sensing, that it kind of goes back to like traditional roots, or something nostalgic, or something that's in your mind that you just feel like, I really should go and pursue this, or this is something like you feel like your higher self is calling you or yearning you into this direction. So that's what I'm picking up. But yeah, as far as the answer to the question, I don't really feel like he's talking to anyone else per se. I think he's just kind of in like limbo right now. He doesn't really know like what the situation is all about. And that's really kind of where it's at. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the reading. Guys, everyone watching, I hope that you guys have got a lot out of this particular reading and all. Maybe you learned something about the tarot. It's always our intention to try to help as much as we can. Guys, if you know my backstory, I'm a monk, a psychic one at that, and I've been this way since I was a small child. And of course, I've become more and more intuitive as I've gotten older. I do this as a service of love for God, but also to help and serve humanity. We are supported 100% on donations. So if you would like to help anyone watching this, if you feel compelled to do so, if it's in your heart to do so, only if it's in your heart to do so, you can go to our website. It's helpbydonating.com. And again, that's helpbydonating.com. You can give a donation or something like that. And of course, that money does go to helping others, serving the greater whole of humanity. Anything else to say? Yeah, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. That's always appreciated. It helps these videos to rank higher in YouTube so that other people can get learn more about tarot and everything. And then also, if you want, hit that bell notification on the video also. And then whenever we come online to do these, you can come online with us, ask us questions. And if we have time, I'll definitely get around to answering your questions and trying to help you out the best I can with things. And guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll have all the information and everything in the description below this video. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Indirect Knowledge. Thanks for tuning in.